this is Tony from her Homestead Skills. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is that one of my posters suggested that it's really not okay to feed livestock crickets. And would I please retract that statement? Well, I've never raised livestock, so I would suspect that he probably knows better than I do. And yes, I do understand that both goats and cattle are grass eaters, vegetarians. They don't eat fish or fish products. So I will gladly retract the statement saying it's good to feed it to livestock. It probably is not. I would probably suspect that it might be good for your pets. But once again, at this point in time, I no longer have any pets, so I'm not concerned about it. But those of you that are, please check and make sure that it is something you want to feed your pets before you do. Now, after doing that video on whether or not you would eat crickets, I did a little bit of research, and it just blows my mind how many products out there actually contain crickets currently. There's many products on the market already. Fortunately, they do have to be labeled. All products have to tell you that they contain crickets, and there is a warning because so many people are allergic to shellfish, and if you're allergic to shellfish, you're also allergic to crickets. So it's a good thing that warning is there. And once again, this is more on snack type foods and processed type foods, and there is cricket flour available. So I would suggest that it is easy enough to avoid if you want to avoid it, or if you want to try it, that's certainly up to you as well. I personally have decided I have no interest in it at this point in time. And on that note, I am still busily trying to make sure I never have to eat cricket food, and I am canning up a storm. Today I've decided to do up some more vinaigrettes, my carrots and cauliflower vinaigrettes. I bought a beautiful head of cauliflower, and I plan to do them in the half-size jars so that you could pretty much eat the whole thing at the one sitting, and not leave half jars in the fridge for who knows how long. So you just open them up when you want it, use it up, and have a fresh one the next time around. I'm beginning to really like those half-pint jars for that purpose. There are some foods you just don't want in a pint jar, at least not for a family of 2. If you've got a family of 4, 6, 7, and more, yeah, these would probably be useless to you, but they're very useful to me. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and by the way, actually, before I start, I did find bags of dried whole peas, and the one bag that I purchased for, I believe it was 1.8 kg, it filled up a half-gallon jar with some left over. Now, the instructions to rehydrate these are fairly exhaustive, so I'm going to try to rehydrate them. They do definitely look different than the peas that I bought frozen and rehydrated myself. One is, see if I can show you on camera. One is, here, let's bring it down. The one is very green and wrinkly, and the other one is definitely more rounded and doesn't have the same color. Now, whether there is a difference in taste or anything else, I don't know, but I thought I'd buy one bag before I got into dehydrating tons and tons of peas, and it is actually much cheaper to buy them like this, and the job's already done for you. So, as I said, if I'm going to try rehydrating a bunch of these and see what they're like, and if they are reasonable. I will probably not dehydrate my own peas anymore, but buy a bunch of bags of these and put them away in mason jars. So, okay, that's another trick that I found that hopefully makes life a little bit easier for all of us. We'll see what happens, I'll let you know. Okay, well, I have started to rehydrate the peas, and I've just put them in a pint-sized jar with, let's see if I can get that to focus, with some water. And as you can see, they're already starting to darken up a little bit, turn more green. They're already starting to get a little bit more wrinkly. And that is the original dried peas and the ones that have been soaking for a short while. Now, they do have to soak for quite a number of hours apparently. And after that, we will boil them up and see how they taste. And as I said, if this works out, I will not dehydrate anymore. Well, it depends on the taste as well, though. Now, okay, I've also done some research into potentially canning this, and I've heard that some others have had moderate success, that a lot of it has turned to mush. So, but then they were rehydrating them before they canned them, and I would suspect that you might want to can them like you do dry beans. So I may try an experiment with that as well. At this point, though, I am focusing on just rehydrating them and storing them dry rather than storing them in canned wet format. Okay, I've also provided a link to to the video I made for canning the vinaigrette, carrots, and cauliflower, because I've already done a video on that, and it was a pretty good one, and it takes a few days to process these jars, so I'm putting a direct link to that video, and that should give you a pretty good idea. Now this time around, I am going to add the sugar to the brine, because I think that it might be a little more palatable, less vinegary tasting. So, but then that is up to you. I believe that adding sugar probably is not a bad thing at all. Anyway, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.